Here is everything that was gifted to me at SuperZoo 2025. On day one. So the year was 2017 and I was scrolling Facebook one night and I scrolled across a post by the Dodo. The headline read, and by the way, Finn loves these goat milk cookies by the Honest Kitchen. 365 days in the shelter. No one wants to adopt her. So immediately, of course, my heart just sank. And she was also a brindle American Staffordshire Terrier who was so adorable, and the photo of her was incredibly sad. She had been chained up outside her whole life, and she was rescued by an organization that rescued dogs and took them off of chains and either built them fences and gave them dog houses or adopted them out. I immediately contacted the rescue, and within 24 hours, I was on the phone with them talking about how we can make this adoption happen. I remember on the phone them talking about how she might not ever be a dog park dog, but she could live with another dog. And I said, that's fine. I don't plan on going to dog parks. That's totally cool. I live by myself in an apartment. I'm 18. This is gonna be great. So I drove 8 hours to meet them halfway between Fargo, North Dakota, where I'm originally from, to Michigan, where she was chained up outside. Detroit specifically. Looking back, there was red flags right away. The shelter volunteer that drove her, another dog was approaching from across the parking lot and she grabbed her and was like, stop, don't come any closer. And I was like, She also was covered in urine and so was her bed, so she was really smelly and itchy. Long story short, I got her home and I quickly realized that she was dog aggressive. Turns out there was this whole political thing with her at the shelter because she had been in the shelter's care for over a year and the shelter had been paying money for her to stay at a trainer's facility, and this trainer used to be a part of that Pipples and Parolees show. So essentially the shelter just wanted her gone and I was the first bidder. I talked to the trainer eventually after months of having her and her trying to kill a few other dogs, but me having her on a leash and not letting her get the chance. And he said, yeah, it sounds like you have a pretty good head on your shoulders, but you should have never ended up with her. To make a long and pretty traumatic story short, I was at the park with her one day and I sat on her leash to tie my shoe and she saw another dog from probably over a football field away, like a professional football field away, and she took off and I could not get her back. She ran across a parking lot and a very busy road, not getting hit by a car, and latched onto a dog and would not let go despite two men trying to pull her apart and her to get her off, and she would not let go. Eventually she did, and that ended up in her behavioral euthanasia. So I thought to myself, how could nobody help me with her? Looking back, I've tried a few different trainers. Not a single one even recommended muzzle conditioning. That's crazy. So I said to myself, I know that this is a difficult issue, but how can nobody help me? So I set off and said, I'm gonna do it myself. And that's what I did. I set off, I went to a professional dog training school. I came back to the city that I'm from. This is so cute. I haven't opened it yet. Love Jolly Ball. I love Jolly Ball. Finn is such a big fan of his Jolly Ball. He is just a crackhead for it. I set off going to dog training school knowing that what I wanted to specialize in was behavior rehabilitation because I didn't want people to go through what I went through. This is also a really cool brand that I found. It's organic, freeze-dried, 100% pumpkin. So I love that. That's really great on the go if you have a dog who has a sensitive stomach. They're a pretty new company. I opened up an in-person training facility in North Dakota, and after running it for many years, growing it massive, 10 employees, over 5,000 square feet, 100 to 5-star reviews, I said, I'm burnt out. And then I told my team, yeah, so here's the deal. I can't be in North Dakota anymore. I just can't deal with the cold, and I'm burnt out from running this massive facility. So either I'm shutting down and you're all fired, or you guys gotta help me run this thing and I'm moving to San Diego. And long story short, I'm in San Diego now. So currently I am running an online training platform that I offer 30 and 90-day mentorship programs for dog owners, helping with a wide variety of issues. So cute. I love this shirt. And during the pandemic, my social media blew up, so I attended SuperZoo to try to make some connections in the social media world and be able to bring you some of my favorite products that I have learned about and experienced firsthand as a professional dog trainer with now nearly a decade of experience, but also a crazy dog mom. So today is actually day 2, so I have a whole nother loot if you guys want to stick around and join, and I'll do another story time while I film that video.